Hello everyone and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 7 of the One Pod Challenge. In the last episode we continued to expand production. We ran into the issue of actually having some incapacitated beavers, and right now we currently have 5 workers and 5 beavers who cannot work due to injuries. Right off the bat, let's go ahead and get another medical bed set up, or let's actually get 2 set up. Looks like we also have a bot who needs to be charged. We do have a couple chargers, but we are increasing in the amount of bots we have, which means we should probably start setting up some secondary chargers somewhere. And with all these incapacitated beavers, we actually don't really have enough beavers for all the beaver jobs. We have a bot who is sitting around right here not doing anything since we don't have any bad water. And I don't think it's worth unlocking this job for bots just quite yet. We will unpause it, and hopefully when one of the beavers gets better, they can hop in here and start filling up these bad water stores. The beavers and bots are doing a good job collecting scrap metal. We do need to get this other scrap metal collector set up first. Since we currently have no vacant jobs, it means we should probably get some of this set up. Since this is the landing zone for all of our iron bots who don't actually have a job, it's kind of lowest on the priority list. And since we have so much food, it's okay that we don't have bots working here full time. And with the bots getting injured so much, it's really because of these jobs right here. The bot assembler and the bot part factories injure the beavers quite a bit, but unfortunately it takes a lot of science in order to switch these to bots, which means one of our options, and actually you can see another beaver just got injured right from there. So now we're missing one in there. But as I was saying, we have an option, and I think that is going to be our best one, which is to get a second number cruncher created. It creates 10 science per hour, and if we wanted to get 10,000 science to unlock the bot jobs for the bot assembler, it would take us about 41 days. So if we get a second number cruncher, that would have the amount of time. And it works out we have a perfect spot to fit the number cruncher. Another job that we have that is also dangerous is the centrifuge. We just finished constructing it, and this one might be worth switching to bots since we'll be using extract in order to get the larger dynamite, so the 2 and 3 times dynamite. And in this episode I really want to lower this area and expand how many places we have to plant trees. And as I just put the beaver back into the forester, he's going to plant all the trees here, but we really want to have a larger area. And big picture, I want a lot more wood so that we can scale up production, specifically planks and gears. And even if we make more of these buildings right now, we won't have the wood capacity in order to supply wood for all of these, which means that we have to start at the root of the production line, which is trees, and lowering this area will allow us to get more. And now that we have enough science, we'll go ahead and switch this to bots. And even if we only have 1 in here right now, that's okay. That'll help us get the extract that we need in order to lower this whole area. And we don't want bots sitting around, so we'll reduce the amount of bots working in here for now. And we can also get the cassavas planted that we were planning to do last episode. So he'll get all those planted. And once again, we have a bad tide approaching. We did build this little facility in order to protect some of our crops from the bad water. Long term, I would like to get something set up pretty much all the way around here. And maybe that would be irrigation barriers or something similar to this. I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm hoping that we'll be fine during this next bad tide. Last one was only 1 day long and it didn't really affect us at all other than the showers a little bit. And then as soon as we hit the 900 science mark, we can get the double dynamite unlocked. And then we can go ahead and lower this first tier right here. But in the meantime, we can go ahead and lower this 1 level tier. I'm actually going to hold off on getting the double dynamite since we have this area all the way over here that we can work on. Although actually, now I think about it, we don't need to worry about this since it's on the back side. We really should get this whole area lowered first since we could immediately be planting trees here. So let's go ahead and lower the priority on all of this. And then we'll go ahead and unlock these dynamites. And now that we have this dynamite unlocked, we'll go ahead and place it all along here. And the third bad tide has started. It is 3 days long. We'll see how we fare. We should have some food that stays alive, but this could be the first time that we actually really suffer from the bad tides. And it looks like we are almost done completing this number cruncher. We just need some metal blocks. And we do have a couple smelters running now, plus we have 40 excess scrap metal thanks to these 2 scrap metal collectors over here. And the bad water is continuing to overtake the water bit by bit. The showers are no longer working. Hopefully we'll be okay. You can see the cassavas are starting to grow up. So they're going to begin to harvest those. We can go ahead and actually turn on this fermenter. And overnight they finished building the second number cruncher. Looks like it's running at just under 100% capacity. Looks like we'll need to turn on this engine for now until we can get some more water wheels set up. Uh-oh, I forgot to switch one of these to bot limbs. As soon as this guy finishes this bot head, we can switch it over. So now that we have the 2 number crunchers, as soon as we get close to 5,000 science, I think I'll want to get the 3rd bot part factory set up and then get the 2nd bot assembler placed on top of it. That way we can shift bots into the jobs of creating the bot parts, and then we'll have the beavers work in the assembly area, at least for now. So it does look like these berries are not quite getting the hydration they need, since the bad water is a larger portion of the water volume over here. But during that bad tide, it didn't get bad enough that it was starting to damage any of the crops or these trees. But it's hard to say if that's going to be the case with a longer bad tide. If it's at 5 days or 7 days, we might not be so lucky. So it may be worth investing in something similar to these for now, maybe along the shoreline for some of these treed areas, and potentially over here for the berry areas. Looks like we got our first section of dynamite placed, so we'll go ahead and detonate that. And the irrigation does not fully extend over here. My guess is that the bad water is contributing to that. But either way, we will want to get some sort of little irrigation pond in the middle here. But we'll need to wait until we can lower this whole area. We want to place it in an efficient spot, that way it can have the biggest reach possible. I think at this point we're going to go ahead and switch this to bots, since we're running just slightly low on beavers, plus this guy will be able to work around the clock, help get our bad water stores up. We have some extract stored up, but we will be needing to make some more. I paused this guy for now since there wasn't any bad water for him to use. But the beavers are making good progress, working their way down here. And it's only been a couple of days, but we're already up to 51 bad water with the bot now working in the bad water pump. And the bad water is still taking its time getting cleared out of here. Looks like we're actually running pretty low on explosives. We don't have any at the moment. So they've just been placing the extract where all the dynamite goes. Thankfully we have some other things for the bots to work on, including the extension of our water wheel array. So they'll do this when they don't have any dynamite placed down. And now that we're going to be getting ready to lower this whole area, one thing we can look at doing is getting some medium water tanks set up, or medium tanks just in general. Normally I get these unlocked a lot earlier, but with science being very crucial to getting all of these buildings switched to bot jobs, I've been postponing it since we don't really have a lot of beavers, so we don't need a lot of storage for water. And we've been making do with the smaller tanks for the bad water and extract until now. But looking at the expansion of the industrial area over here, we're going to want to consolidate some of these into a much smaller footprint of 2x2 with the medium tanks. So I just cleared out this area. We can go ahead and remove these couple of water tanks. And then we can get our first medium water tank set up. We'll have it set to water, and then they'll construct this as they can. And soon we'll be able to remove all of these smaller water tanks. And they finished this second row of dynamite, so we'll go ahead and detonate this. And now we can plant even more trees. We're doing okay on wood. We'll keep it with oak for now. Although actually, we're going to switch this to birch. Since over here we might be expanding our storage area, and I don't want to have them remove some trees that took 20 days to grow and basically waste the whole time of the tree growing period. So we'll use birch over here for now. And now that we have enough to unlock the triple dynamite, we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll focus on this section back here. I want to make sure we still have access to getting up into this third level, so we don't want to extend it too far for now. We're going to finally get another lumber mill set up. This is going to be pretty easy to build, just 20 logs. And we're going to actually replace these inventors' huts with this lumber mill in terms of the job that we'll have the bots funnel in and out of, so this will be lowest on the priority list. So this will be a much more efficient use of their time, since we don't need them spending an hour to get 1 science when we can get 20 science every hour from these number crunchers. We have a whopping 6 incapacitated beavers. That's more than we have working beavers right now. I think that I'm actually going to have us save up until we get the 10,000 science for this. Since we currently have a good amount of bot parts ready, we just need to assemble them faster so we can get even more bots. So it'll take a little bit longer, but it'll be worth it in the end, I believe. We can save 2 beavers from working in this dangerous job and then also get more bots out faster. And we have yet another bad tide approaching. The showers have not recovered from the last bad tide. And one thing I am going to look at unlocking actually right now is the control tower. And so we'll go ahead and high prioritize that. That will allow all the bots to work more efficiently. And we are running a little bit low on wood, which that's not going to be great for getting the amount of planks that we need, or the gears, which are dependent on the planks. But once we can get some more wood set up, then that will be helpful. And then also once we get some bots working in here, that's just going to drastically increase the amount of bots that we can spit out of this bot assembler. Ooh, but we are running low on chargers, so let's go ahead and get a couple more of those set up real quick. For now, I'm going to place two. No, we'll have one placed right here, since we will be removing it. So that'll be here, and then we'll get another one. We'll get another two set up over here. And I do think it's high time we unlock this job for bots, and we'll go ahead and turn it on. Only thing I'm worried about is the bots going over here and then running out of charge. Well, it seems like the bots are better about time management, so they don't wander too far away if they need to be charged. They typically charge up a little bit more beforehand. Looks like we got the control tower up and running, so that should be helping all these bots. You can see it has a plus 90% working speed and then plus 60% movement speed. Man, once you get grease for them, they're going to be rolling. That would be 120% boost in working speed. Unfortunately, it requires treated planks in order to get the grease factory up and running, and it also takes canola oil, both of which are a ways away. But it does look like we have a 5-day bad tide. That is not great. Now, one thing that we can actually look at is we can go ahead and lower this whole area, which it will empty out this pool, but if it is the case that bad water starts infecting all the trees, then we can actually just have this lowered and have all the bad water flow out. I will want to install some floodgates, so maybe either a double or triple floodgate depending on how much we lower this. But I think it's worth preemptively getting this set up. So hopefully the bots will get working on this pretty soon. And we can also get a builder's hut unlocked. For now, we'll just place it right here since it's pretty out of the way and it doesn't really matter where the builder's hut's located. And we'll immediately unlock this for 250 science. And we're up to a whopping 20 bots right now. We've been making excellent progress. I do need to make sure that I am careful about the charging. Looks like we haven't run into any issues as of lately. We did have a couple bots earlier that were needing some charge, but it wasn't anything too serious. Man, this is getting pretty red. It doesn't look like it's infecting the trees quite yet. We're getting pretty lucky. And we also have some water over here. But I think it's a good thing that we're getting all this set up right now. Oh, you can see that the irrigation levels are receding. So the trees over here that were growing up, they are no longer growing. Looks like it's about 10 days before they die, 15 before these ones die. But when we get this whole area lowered, we can look at getting an irrigation pool over here, like I said earlier. And the bad tide is officially over. Thank goodness, because this area is really red now. The water irrigation has receded quite a bit. So as soon as we get all of the dynamite placed here, I'll go ahead and detonate it. And then we can look at getting some triple floodgates, or maybe, I think we'll do double floodgates going across here. And we'll be able to lower the bad water elevation, and now that the water is spawning in, then once it's lowered a little bit, we can raise the floodgates that I will place in and fill it back up with water. And we can go ahead and detonate all of this. We'll have to detonate the stairs also. Not detonate, we'll have to remove the stairs and detonate this area. Ooh, so that did not go very well. So all of these are now dying. We gotta make sure we get the water levels raised back up. So this job is pretty much useless right now since he can't plant trees anywhere. It might make sense for us to lower this and then get an irrigation pond set up over here, even though we'll have to make some more stairs to get up into this area. We did get a second explosives factory up and running, so now we have 2 of them. We're doing okay on explosives. We have 8. We had 0 earlier. So I have an emergency water dump set up right here. And the greenery has spread to a good chunk of the trees now. We'll have him fill this up, and then we'll let some of these trees grow up. And then we'll get a path set up along here. That way we can get over to these trees and get some more lumberjack flags placed over here. So we can also get a bridge set up, and that's going to be our way to get the beavers over here. Looks like we're having a major wood and plank and gear shortage. We do have lots of trees over here. We could actually have some bots maybe, or maybe some beavers work on chopping these trees down. That might be good motivation to get the two-boy set up, although these require planks. So, shoot. Wait, did someone just hop in there? What the heck? Wait, can they take the path to build this? That is so cool. Look at that. He can. So he hopped in the tube station in order to get to the tube station to place stuff down. Wow, so they're actually using it. Looks like we did finish placing all the floodgates, so the water levels are rising. Since we are so short on wood, I think it's actually worth getting these trees chopped down since they all have 8 logs in them. And I had a couple more beaver lumberjacks work over here, and they just immediately got all of the wood chopped down, so we'll have to move them somewhere else. You know, I am noticing there's a small gap over here, and there's a lot of trees over here. So if we can make our way down here, then that would actually give us access to a decent amount of wood, at least in the short term. So I believe if we place this right here, we'll just need to, well, they should be able to collect it. Having this here will then connect to this whole two-way station. They will obviously need to get that one placed down. But we'll have both of those placed, and then we'll start getting some lumberjack flags placed over here. Taking a quick resource check, we are almost maxed out on explosives, so we'll go ahead and pause one of these guys. We are maxed out on extract, so we'll go ahead and pause this as well. We'll start detonating the dynamite over here. And just like that, we used a good amount of the explosives. Let's go ahead and turn this back on. And we're just short on planks and gears to get this two-way station set up. And we're also short on wood, unfortunately. On the bright side, we are actually almost at 10,000 science, which means that we can go ahead and convert this to bots. And there we go, 10,000 science. Let's switch this immediately. And now we have access to the wood down here. We have a single lumberjack flag, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get a few more temporarily. We'll actually place them down here once this guy's cleared out a few. Oh, it looks like they did finish constructing this two-way station. They have not built the lumberjack flags over here, but we're not in a rush to get those ones since we have these much closer ones working on getting these trees chopped down. Do I see a bot all the way over here? What in the world? Looks like he went to construct these since these are within the range of the path, but he went the long way around. Oh, there's another one doing the exact same thing. But we're going to get to see them take the two-way station back. That really zips them all the way there. And with that, we're going to wrap up today's episode. We made a lot of progress here. As I was assuming, we are running into a wood shortage right now. We're chopping down a bunch of trees, so we're going up a bit, but overall we are pretty short on wood. We're going to continue to lower this whole area and then get even more trees planted. And then once we know that we have a good amount of wood, we can ramp up even more plank production and gear production, which are currently the linchpins right now. And then we can also look at getting bot production ramped up with the increased resources, but we'll go ahead and save that for the next episode. So if you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and smash that like button. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.